What's up, y'all? It's Zion. This is my year. I'm TPS Proud.
This is my year to take my biggest leap.
This is my year to fuel my journey to college.
This is my year to help lead my city.
This is my year to make beautiful music.
This is my year to help my career take flight.
This is my year to become the champion I am.
This is my year to learn and to grow.
This is my year to create and design my future.
This is my year to be the first class making history at pre-med.
This is my year to become a legend.
This is my year to learn it, then show it.
This is my year to be the best I can be.
This is my year to make myself proud.
This is my year to build an amazing future for myself.
This is my year to make new friends and memories.
This is my year to help you achieve your goals and celebrate your success. Always keep your proud.
So that is our theme for the year, and we have that on our new t-shirts that were given out to staff. Is that just last Friday? So yes, it was just last Friday. And those are the only presentations we have tonight. There are no retirees. We're applauding that there are no more retirees. This is our year. Thank you.
President Gerken, we will be scheduling throughout the year students to do the plays and other things as well. So we're getting them all coordinated as we speak. Thank you.
Love having students and work meetings. Thank you. Section 3 for committee comments. We think we do not have any today. So we're on to organizational input. And for parent representation, we have Ms. Ebony Hume. Good evening. I am Ebony Humes. I have a 6th grader at Elmhurst Elementary. I have been on the board for their PTA for the last 6 years, and I'm the president of the PTA there. I came here today to talk to you guys and implore you to explore more options for our gifted students. I understand that as special education students obviously have great consequences if we don't meet their needs, but our gifted students are receiving a very good education over at the Vobis from our teachers. They're doing an excellent job. However, I feel there needs to be more. We want more. Our students crave more. Our mission is to create college and career ready students. And I feel that along with a lot of the other parents at Elmhurst, which make up in the 6th grade class over 75% of your gifted students, we are looking for more input into that college and career readiness starting earlier. I know that there are magnet schools that are excellent that are coming to our district, and I applaud you for moving in that direction. But I would love to see some more self-guided career exploration before they even reach the doors of that magnet school. And I'm not asking you to hire more people. I would love to see it so that it could be self-exploratory. There are programs, there are ways to do that. I also would encourage you all to think about the way that you identify gifted students. There are lots of students who are being missed because they're not hitting that 95% mark. And because of that, they're losing services. They're not included in those services, and they should be. School systems like Genoa have a 5-point contact where they are identified as gifted. Our school system currently has 2. It's not enough. We are doing a good job, but I would implore you to do an exemplary job in our district with our gifted students. They want more. They like what they're having, but they're looking for more. And I expect and want for you all to explore ways to give more to this body of students, not just to our special needs students, because they are special needs as well. Their needs are just different. And being in a regular classroom setting is great. And we have great teachers at Elmhurst I can speak for, and I'm sure there are great teachers at other buildings, but I would love to see that they have more opportunities to engage with different avenues within our district. So that's what I came to tell you all today.
Thank you for your service and your leadership among your parent peers at Elmhurst. We're going to move to Mr. Emilio Ramirez from TAAP.
I'm going to say I'm hopeful that this is our year. We've gone through 2 years of that pandemic, and hopefully that is behind us. But I am concerned about the new issues about staffing. I'm hearing positive news from HR and how we're doing. I know that's a world district-wide, not district-wide, but national issue that everybody is facing. So I'm hopeful for that. This is our year for that. But I am also concerned about the state of the nation with aggression. I know Dr. Durant hit on this at our TAAP retreat about what's going on in society. And I got to tell you this, I was in a meeting and I heard about Arlington School. So I Googled Arlington school lockdown. And I got to tell you, we didn't even make the first page of Arlington, Texas, Arlington, Washington, Arlington. It's all over the nation. And it's like commonplace. And it is, it's hurting that's what state of affairs we are in, that lockdowns and emergencies are just normal. That you can find them everywhere. But I'm hopeful that this country comes together and we can work together and talk and discuss and do our dealings in a civil manner. So I'm hoping that this is our year to handle this. And I know you guys are supportive of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. I think that is it for organizational input for this evening, and we are at Section 5 comments by the board. Start over here.
Thank you, Madam President. Really, I just want to welcome everyone back. It's great to start out the new year. The employee luncheon was so successful. Great smiles. Everyone felt really jubilant about being there and about this new year. And I think it's just exciting to have that camaraderie amongst staff, to have that moment that we just appreciate one another and get connected and ready for the new school year. I will say only that my first grade granddaughter was so excited to get back to school, and she goes to Escuela, so immediately she is, you know, telling me all these things in Spanish, and I don't learn Spanish just so I can understand it. You know what? I'm just excited about the possibilities and look forward to what's to come for this year. That's all. Thank you.
Madam President, good evening, everyone. I too am excited about this new school year. We've been in a pandemic and coming out to really 2 years later be a part of something great. And yesterday, we were part of the Men of Distinction at King Academy for Boys, and just to feel the energy of the men coming together and greeting the young men was absolutely amazing. Then went over to Glenwood and saw that same energy of the kids, excited about another year. Some were still sleepy, but they made it through. And so it was just really exciting to be a part of that. This is my year. I think that is an awesome thing. That is an awesome thing. I think as excited as we are, we know that there will be challenges. And I think that it's very important that we are strategic and intentional in addressing those challenges so that we're able to really say, this is going to be our year. Also, whoever gave me a size large, thank you. I am on a health journey, and I'm going to meet that challenge to wear that large real soon and rock it and take a picture in it and everything. Finally, it's kind of emotional this year because the last of the Parker tribe will be graduating. My twins will be graduating from Bowser this year. And so just seeing them grow up to be a product of TPS with my son Caleb, and now they will soon be TPS alumni is, I wake up in a cold sweat every morning. Just excited the twins graduating, but I really am excited about this school year and everyone that plays a part in the success of our district. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. I think my comments are going to take two different tracks. One is that I'm excited, as well as everybody else, for this school year. Looking forward to it. I was over at Escuela first day of school. You're right, Ron looked sleepy. So we're hoping we can get him back on the schedule. But it's going to be an exciting year. The second thing is I want to pick up where Mr. Ramirez took us about solving issues in a manner where it's professional, where it's cordial, and so on. And I think about that a lot because I think that to where the country has been going has been in the opposite direction, and I think we need to bring it back. And I think a good place to start is in our schools, Dr. Grant. And I think another good place to start is on this board. We've always been able to discuss differences, board, administration. We don't always agree on things, but I think we serve as an example because we discuss those in civil and professional manner. And we come to some good solutions. So maybe it's time for us to have a special campaign for the board to be the ones who are the role models for our district, for our city, for our country. And I think we already are doing that, but I'd like to see a concentrated campaign. I think this is a great thing. This is our year. This is also our year to treat each other with respect, even though we have differences. And I think school board members can serve as role models for this. And I think the superintendent, treasurer, and your cabinet, and administration, and our teachers, and everything we do in the schools should be done in that manner. So I'm kind of put that out there for everybody to think about. So.
Thank you, Madam President. I think Bob won his own commercial, Dr. Durant. Yeah, he's on his own commercial. So first, I just want to say over the weekend, up until yesterday at LP Stewart, the thing that I took away the most is if you surround youth with love and support, they got it. They got it. The joy, the freedom that was expressed each and every day. I'm still recovering from tired and old, but we just have to be there and show up and show love and support, regarding what the barriers are, what the challenge may be. If we just show up and tell them, hey, we see you, we appreciate you, we support you, and we love you for who you are, they're going to be a shining star. And that's what I saw over the weekend and yesterday at LP Stewart. I walked up yesterday, putting my youngest on the bus, fighting with him. And I had to think of a word to get me through the day. And it transferred over today, and it's grace. Everybody is struggling in some fashion, form. We can go down the list of what's on the news or just personal. But remember to give people grace when you're interacting with them, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they lost a fight to a 9-year-old about wearing underwear at school. Just saying, I lost. So just give grace. I think we need more of that and let people know that it's okay that we don't get it right, but we can keep trying, and allow grace for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And welcome back to a new school year. I did get an opportunity to hit a couple of open houses. Last week it was my intention. I had a great plan. I would go to 2 schools that were close together, and then the third school would be the one closest to my house. And certainly I could make it to 3 schools in 90 minutes. And I did. I didn't make it. I failed. But I did make it to 2 schools, and I was happy that I did. I was at Riverside, where they have an enormous amount of energy, everything from barbers to chicken dinner available to them at their open house, and then spent some time over at Sherman, where they have a brand new principal who is literally showing up in the building, I think, 2 weeks before the open house. So it was good to see the hugs, the kids getting hugs from their teachers, the teachers who had clothing spread out among their tables and desks to give to the children. Two first-year teachers who were next to each other. One who was well, she's not a first-year teacher. She's first year to us and had taught at a charter school last year. I said, okay, call your friend, bring them. And another who had student taught with us and decided to take a year of grad school in New York, but always knew she was going to come back and teach for TPS. So they were side by side second grade teachers, brand new. So the lady across the hall who'd been teaching, 30 years, I'm like, you got your eye on the babies across the hall, and I wasn't talking about the students, right? So I'm so excited for these young teachers who are here because they want to be here and they're committed to being part of our district. So that was really good stuff. I too have a senior, a grandchild who's going to be a senior this year. So where is Miss Angie? Miss Angie, sign me up for the tech graduation. So all of y'all, whoever thinks you're doing tech graduation this year, it's mine, okay?
I'll take Bowser.
You got Bowser, that's right. So it's always going to be, that's going to be fun. I know. The comments about worrying about safety and well-being, and really this notion of interpersonal violence. It's one-on-one people being horrible to one another, and all I can think of, and you bring this up a lot, as far as is trauma, and if there's one thing we can all do that is a fact and a consistent fact is to keep digging into being as trauma informed as we possibly can, and keeping the words, whether they're grace or kindness or love and support, it all comes back to trauma. You don't get this level of interpersonal violence without generations of trauma, and it didn't start with this generation. And I think we're seeing the results of the neurochemical changes in our bodies and our brains because of trauma that had started well before the people that are in front of us today. And I think that's where the grace comes from, and anything we can do to add the trauma response, the trauma informed care, the trauma informed everything to our repertoire in the schools. I think that's where we can make a difference. This certainly doesn't start inside the schoolhouse doors. It's in the community, and now seems to be knocking at the schoolhouse doors, literally. So we definitely have work to do. I think I see the campaign already. Kindness counts. Love them, support them, and give them all the grace you can. I heard all those words up here today, and I think the idea of the board sort of joining Dr. Duran on a kindness and grace campaign is it's something that we can do that might soothe our own hearts a bit along the way. And I like the words that I heard around this dais today. I'm proud to be working with all of you. Anything else from the board? Thank you. Brings us to the consent agenda. I'm going to read through the consent agenda. These items can all be found on board docs throughout the month. Each of the committees meet and go over all the things that they are bringing you, and then a lot more things as well along the way. So I'm going to read through them and tell you who the chairs are, and then we will have a motion for the consent agenda. Items 601 through 606 are the Human Resources, Staff Development and Training Committee. That is chaired and co-chaired by me and Randall Parker. The items 607 to 6.19 are the Finance and Business Operations Committee items. That committee is chaired and co-chaired by Bob Vasquez and Chris Farwick. Item 6.20 is a Technology Improvement and Process Committee. There are no action items this month. It is chaired and co-chaired by me and Mr. Bob Vasquez. Items 6.21 and 6.24, the Board Curriculum Instruction and Academic Excellence Committee is chaired and co-chaired by me and Mrs. Chris Farwick. The Items 6.25 and 6.88 come to us from the Policy Committee. That is chaired and co-chaired by Ms. Barnes and Mr. Vasquez. Item 6.89 is Arts, Athletic, and Student Activities Committee, where there are no action items. I'm sure they did lots of work in that committee this month. They're always very busy. Chaired and co-chaired by Ms. Barwig and Mr. Parker. Item 6.90 and 6.91 are the Family and Community Engagement Committee, chaired by Mr. Vasquez and Ms. Sheena Barnes. Item 6.92 and 6.93 are approval of previous board meeting minutes. I would like a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Barnes and seconded by Mr. Vasquez. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, treasurer, please come forward.
Mrs. Barwig.
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Barnes.
Yes.
Mrs. Durkin.
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Thank you. Section 9, are there any walk-ins? No, we're proceeding to section 10, which is the early childhood education action item. Ms. Barnes.
Thank you, Madam President. At this time, I'd like to call Dr. Amy Allen.
Thank you. We are asking for approval for 2 documents this month. The first one is our new early Head Start policies that we are required to have, as we'll be opening the infant and toddler room soon. And the second one is our annual refunding application.
We have to do them separate. Okay. So I would like to get a motion, please, for the approval for the infant and toddler room.
That's 10.01. Okay,
So you want a motion for 10.01, the early start policies?
Yes.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
moved and seconded. Any discussion? Other than this is so exciting. Like, this is really a big deal, a long time in the making. It's going to be the first time TPS has upped their game for serving our expectant and parenting teams. And you want to say something about what's happening with that, Ms. Barnes or Dr. Allen?
We're just very excited. I would invite you out to come and see the classroom. It's almost done. Renovations have been going strong. We have enrollment. Slots are full. And we are working collaboratively with Ms. Green to make sure that we're able to care for the children so that she can provide the best services she can to the teens.
In which building?
There are some going to Scott, and I believe some going to Woodward.
The babies, where are the babies
Oh,
going?
the babies are here.
Here in this building.
They will be
Got
here
it.
in this
Right.
building.
Yep, I wasn't sure for which building you landed on. I missed that committee, so. Brilliant stuff, thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm gonna always champion this because having a daycare in my high school as a teenage mom kept me in high school. It helped me graduate. Having that wraparound service, that thought beyond the classroom, is what is going to make a life-changing difference for these young adults. And I'm just so happy that we could bring that to CPS. I know some people be like, oh, well, we shouldn't be thinking about this, but this is the real world. And we have, students who are parents. And I am so happy that we are being innovative about this and really digging in to make sure we are helping all students.
Absolutely brilliant. Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Mrs. Barwick.
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Barnes.
Yes.
Mrs. Durkin.
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Now I'll ask for motion to move for 10.02.
I move.
Second. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? This is a big refunding application, so we're just glad to get it moving along, right? Check that box, hit send.
Thank
All
you.
right, good stuff. Thank you. Sure.
Mrs. Barwick.
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Durkin,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
I just miss having, the childhood committee, and it's also exciting. Okay, all right,
Thank you, Dr. Ellis.
there are no, early childhood walk-ins, right? And there is a section 11 that consists of early childhood education reports and minutes, and are provided for the information and reference of board members. No action is necessary, right? I think that brings us to executive session. And I need a motion to enter into executive session for the following: to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, and details relative to the security arrangements and emergency response protocols for a public body or public office. Disclosure of the matters discussed could reasonably be expected to jeopardize the security of the public body or public office. To consider confidential information related to the marketing plan, specific to the business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal finance statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with our other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance. Need a motion?
So moved.
So moved and seconded. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Barwick,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Durkin,
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Thank you. We will do that. Moved and seconded. If I can see no discussion.
Oh, if you want to entertain discussion from our superintendent.
I'm sorry. Well, I put my agenda away just to right over that. I'm so sorry. All right, we're back from executive session, and now we are to the comments from the.
We've not voted on it yet.
It's part of the discussion. We can have, comments from the-
We can keep moving.
Sorry, any comments? No, seriously. That's part of our comments. We want to hear it.
Again, just another thing about open house, Wayla, Birmingham, great. Went to the first day, they would get in King, Stewart, Renewal was great, and we could work through the paper, so schools have really come together with their energy. I can tell you, 20 years staff, great.
Great. Mr. Treasurer,
I have no comments this evening.
any comments from the board on this motion to adjourn?
I would just say that I also attended open houses at Rainer, Navarre, and Oakdale. Great energy at all three schools. The whole East Side Pride was definitely flowing. Loved it, and I look forward to this school year. I really hope that all of our staff takes great joy in building relationships with our students. That's all.
No comments.
Yes.
Good, and I'm ready to call the roll.
Mrs. Barwick,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
Ms. Barnes,
Yes.
Mrs. Durkin,
Yes.
and Mr. Parker.
Yes. Thank you.